Formula One. A new season and a new dawn as a brand new team lines up on the grid. That means an even harder challenge to secure that coveted championship silverware, as the on-track action is turned right up to 11. We're ready for excitement ahead as the teams return to the drawing board in the battle to end Red Bull's dominance. They'll need to balance their aspirations for high performance with the risk of pushing too far and inviting catastrophic failures out on the track. With many drivers on the last year of their contracts, team principals will need to ensure that they're kept in the right mindset across the whole season, as well as managing sponsor demands and protecting their most valuable assets from the prying eyes of their rivals. As a new competitor enters the fray, anything is possible. This is Formula One.
What's up guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to F1 Manager 24. For the first time here, it's time for create a team here in F1 Manager, and of course we're going to do that immediately, and to do that we're going to have to put our team name in, and it's going to be Hazard Racing for now, and we're going to go with just our story. If you want to see others, then I might do some in the future, but right now we're just going to go for your story, and we're going to continue on with the customization. So we're going to move straight into drivers and create in the creator team and choosing our staff. Currently the AI has put Daniel Ricciardo, and I didn't see who it was, oh well, Daniel Ricciardo in as the first driver. We're going to switch that to Alex Albon, I think, as he is person who 83 rated at 27 years old. I think he is a perfect fit, really, because he can still grow and he's still higher rated, although Yuki Tsunoda is 23, but I don't really, I would rather have Alex Albon. So we're going to choose Alex Albon as our first driver, and alongside him I think we're going to go for someone a little bit lower rated and a little bit younger, so they can grow with the team. And is that Zane Maloney or Ollie Behrman? Victor Martins as well, but he's with Alpine. Everyone's chosen Ollie Behrman though, so I don't think I'm going to choose Ollie Behrman. I think we're going to go with Zane Maloney as our second driver. He's 75 rated, and now going to choose the staff members, which we have done. I couldn't tell you really who they all are, but they are people. They are there, and they're pretty good. We've changed it a bit from that last clip after that, and we have now got a full team, 2 McLaren members and Mercedes, and we're going to choose Ferrari engines, which seems to be the best engine, because overall Red Bull's best for power, but it's worse in durability and ERS, and Mercedes is better in ERS, but worse power and efficiency. So we're going to choose Ferrari, and this is the interesting bit. This is where we get to change our team, our liveries, and really define our team. And you can see here, we are making a lovely red and turquoisey car that fades to black at the back. It is very, very nice. I don't know if there's going to be updates later on where you can put more in. That'd be very interesting if so, but if not, I think this livery is very, very nice. And we're now changing the driver suits, of course, and the helmet as well. Lots and lots of customization, and that isn't even it, because later on we have to do the sponsors as well on the car and the driver race suit. So for the race suit, we've gone from a white to the turquoise colour. I feel like the white does work well on the race suit, but I don't think it would work well on the car, just because the black gives that big defining transition between the light and the dark of the red. Here's the logo then. I spent way too long on that logo, like an hour on that logo, and I still don't think it's very good. We're going to get rid of most of the triangles, I think, in that logo. And as we come through now, finishing the customization for now, and we're going to come through to see the main menu for what we'll be seeing for quite a lot of the time here for Hazard Racing, and it is Albon and Zane Maloney there. The new mentality hub is there as well, with the mostly negative for some reason. Hopefully that will change to become positive. Our logo there in the top left, which doesn't look very good, we need to change it. But apart from that, we can see most of the things that we did last year. But of course we got Mentality Hub, which seems to change a lot now. Seems to change a lot this year. Here's the new look of all the all the bits on the heads-up display. We're going straight into the pit crew though, and we're going to see if we can improve them a lot. You can see with the sped up footage, we're going to put them into lots of gym training. Hopefully that will improve the pit stops quite a lot, and hopefully we'll have good pit stops then. No chance of errors either, as it's our first F1 race. Hopefully we're going to make a good pit stop. But looking forwards then, and we've got 15 million in cash right now to see what we can do with. Of course, after that we've got sponsors coming through soon. We're looking at facilities though, and operation facilities. We need the helipad to be built, tool center to be built, because that will bring in money. Helipad will bring in sponsors, and also the hospitality will as well. Looking at upgrades on the car and just overall looking at our drivers, but we are going to put a upgrade on the car, and it's going to be the chassis. We don't have lots of R&D time. Well, we have lots of R&D time, but not that much time to use it, so we're just going to spend it all in one. Helipad was built, and we're upgrading it to stage 2 now already. Coming through for an extra day, simulating that. We're looking to sign Dennis Hauger as an affiliate driver for later on, but the sponsor negotiations will now take place, and this was probably one of the more difficult things to do, and it also tells you a lot to do in this game. You can see 31 million overall is what we'll get. Well, upfront payment is quite cheap, but we're going to go with this one here, the energy drinks, just because they give us a lot upfront and a lot each race. This cryptocurrency one, not very good. Only gives us 3 million upfront, that cryptocurrency one, so it's between these two, but 13.9 million upfront payment, and also 17 million for engagement, and a lot per race. And then that one was a lot more difficult because you had to choose the perfect ones to fit with your car on the car as well. So then, now we have to put these on the car, and they're also going to change the logo a bit while we're here. As you can see, putting the sponsors on, moving them around. There's a lot of customization, and it's really nice in this game compared to the other F1 game, of course, by EA. It's the customization is just so much better. Driver suits now, and I don't think we're really going to do much. We put the logo on the back though, and that's about it. Apart from that though, we are going to change the logo a bit, which you're going to see it's sped up here. So it's going from this. We're going to get rid of that triangle. I think we need to make the A a bit bigger, but it's not going to fit in, is it? So I'm not sure how we are going to do that, unless we make it overlap with the end of the Z. Of course, HZA for Hazard. And that's about it. So here's the car then, and overall, just a little bit of a spin. You can see we've got the logo down there on the barge board, we got the wheel covers, we've got the sponsors on the side pod, and 3 on the rear wing. So apart from that, it's now time to continue on after putting the race suits. Look really nice actually, from the white to the turquoisey with the black and red strips down the side. One last spin of the car. You can see sponsor on the back, sponsor on the front of the rear wing. We've got sponsors everywhere. But apart from that, we do need to go towards the race weekend, and looking forward to it. That looks a lot better though now, the logo up there. We need to look at the engagement. So this is another big bit of the game. Unfortunately, there is a lot of lose-lose for the team here, for the effects really with this. Like, we gain money, we gain engagement from the sponsor, but we lose a lot. Like, we lose a lot of like efficiency within the team. So like, the driver might not be able to improve, or the factory might be closed for a few days, but it should be worth it, considering, as you can see there, staff and facilities are getting hit by quite a bit. But engagement for the sponsor plan has been given, and now we're going to move towards another upgrade, as we do have money now. We've got 33 million, and we're going to upgrade something for Melbourne. These 2 upgrades will be in for not next episode, but the one after. We're looking to upgrade the side pod or the underfloor. We're going to do the underfloor. We're going to put the rest of it in, because we'll have 9 days left of the ATR period, so we're gonna just use the rest of it up now. Take a few lifespan off the car and just see how much upgrade we can get out of it. So those 2 upgrades will be ready for the 3rd episode of this series, but for now we need to look forwards. We're going to build the boardroom. Are we? No, we're not. So we are going to look at the stuff. We need to build the race simulator, because that's why we bought Zane Maloney, and we need to upgrade him, and hopefully he can be the future of our team. With how many seasons we do, well, depends, of course. But looking at the mentality hub, because that is new for this year, we can see that most people are positive, some neutral, no negative or demoralized at all. Unfortunately, our head of aerodynamics, Jacob Murphy, he is the worst team member in terms of mentality. He is neutral, but his biggest issue is the car performance. Hopefully we can prove that wrong. His key opinions, he's negative about the team principle. What have I done? All I've done is hire him. Has he got a problem with that? He didn't have to join us. Apart from that, though, post Bahrain preseason testing, we're not terrible on everything. I didn't choose the bottom one, or else this series would go on forever. So construction is done on the tool center, and we're going to upgrade it immediately now. So that is going to be Spec 2 in a couple of days. Apart from that, though, the hospitality area is not built yet, so we can't upgrade that either. And it's now time to get into the new race targets. We're going to go, because we don't really know what to expect. We're going to go 17th for Albon and 20th for Maloney. That's overall just over 1 million in rewards, so that's good. Let's go to see what they say.
F1 is back, ladies and gentlemen, and the grid is set to grow. A new season is upon us as Formula One returns to the Middle East, ready to kick things off here in Bahrain. But change is afoot. The paddock has grown, the grid extended. Yes, that's right, 11 teams, 22 drivers, and the hottest competition motorsport has to offer. And keep an eye out for a new face this weekend as we prepare to see a debutant take to the track. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
Here we are then. There's our garage for our team, and it's our first ever look at this then. Here in F1 Manager 2024, and it's going to be blue skies, of course. Well, not blue skies because it's going to be nighttime, but here's the practice highlights then. Our first look at our car on track, and it is looking quite amazing with sponsors and just the colours popping out of the car. It looks very nice though, doesn't it? The red with the turquoise fading into the black. I really like the car design. To be fair though, there weren't many good other car designs out there. So apart from this then, here is the full 30 seconds of our car going around a track. And then also there was a crash in FP1 or 2, and it's Yuki Tsunoda. He sends it down the inside of Lance Stroll, and they come together at the final corner. So yeah, that was a penalty for Yuki Tsunoda, I think, a grid penalty for the race. So that's good for us then, if he qualifies near us. Starting confidence, we weren't able to get very high confidence because we're halfway through doing a setup thing towards the end of FP3, so now we have to go towards qualifying with not 100% confidence.
Will practice pay off for the drivers? Well, we're about to find out in qualifying.
Bahrain's track is dusty and abrasive, and even under the floodlights, qualifying is tough on soft tyres. Teams will need to use their tyre allocations wisely.
Now, there's been a bit of talk about Sergio Perez of late. How's he going to be feeling, do you think?
They had an excellent performance in practice, setting a solid lap time. They must be feeling confident. But confidence doesn't necessarily mean success in Formula One.
And with that, let's get back onto the track.
Here we are then, and it is pressure on now as we get towards the business end of the weekend. It's time for qualifying here in the Bahrain Grand Prix. For our first time, as a Formula 1 team in F1 Manager 24, and it feels good to say that, as we can see our mechanics working on the car behind. We got qualifying underway. I'm not sure really what the targets are. I think anywhere near Q2 or getting a car into Q2 would be ideal. Getting one in would be great, and if not, then I won't be mad unless we're dead last by a lot. So putting one lap of fuel in then, and making any more last minute changes to the car setup if needed. And we do change a little bit, and we hope to see improvements there. Going into Q1 then, for the first time here in F1 Manager 24. This is literally the first race I've done after a stupid amount of time preparation. We're here in F1 Manager 24, and there's our car going around the track to start the first flying lap for Alex Albon. And Zane Maloney coming around to start his flying lap as well. As you can see, taking manual control. For some reason, they conserved the tyres around the final corner, which means on the second lap, there's probably time to find there, because it means we'll be able to go faster down the first straight going into turn 1. Here it is then, our first laps in qualifying.
And a bit of charge.
And it's Albon P4 out of 6. And then Zane Maloney coming up to finish his lap as well. He goes P3 ahead of Magnussen and Albon. So the more inexperienced teammate has finished ahead of Albon. Going into the end of Q1, here's Albon. He's starting his lap now. And Zane Maloney also starting his lap. It's 17th and 14th. So realistically, none of our drivers are safe. And it's over for Albon in 17th position in Q1. He's been beaten by Zane Maloney. He's been out-qualified. But overall, we've got a car into Q2. So that is the best. But disappointment for Alex Albon. He's out in 18th position. A 10th, because 10th away from Q2, because Hulkenberg and Bottas set identical times. So going into Q2 then now, we've got one car going, and it's Zane Maloney, surprisingly. And we're going to see what we can do with him then. I'm not expecting to get through, but being anywhere off the bottom would be great.
Let's go.
I think, ideally. And he sets the fastest time, as he is the first one to cross the line. So red flag now, please. And I'll be happy. But towards the end of Q2, and it ends up his P15, we're going to see if he can improve his lap time now as we come towards the final flying lap. We've got Perez as traffic there towards the end of Sector 1. And it is 16th place. That's not a bad result, but it's out in 16th. And dead last in Q2 for Zane Maloney. So there are improvements, but getting through to Q2 is a really good start for our team. And it's Charles Leclerc who topped Q2 and Tsunoda in P8, but we won't benefit from his penalty if it's only 5 places. Taking pole position then was Max Verstappen, and Yuki Tsunoda does start 8th, but with 5 place grid penalty, will start 13th. Going towards the race now though.
Here in Sakhir, the floodlights are on, and it's nearly time for 57 laps around the Bahrain International Circuit.
Bahrain has seen some of the most dramatic races in F1, like Sergio Perez's incredible 2020 victory, surging ahead from being last on the opening lap.
The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. Here we are, folks. We're back for another day of scintillating F1 action. It's race day.
It's the day of our first ever F1 race as a team here at Hazard Racing down in F1 Manager. And it's time to show the strategy then. It's going to be soft, medium, soft, as we do have more soft tyres than the top 10, as they use their soft tyres in Q3. We're going to see what we can do though. 2 sets of new softs, of course. And it is going to be soft, medium, soft. And we're going towards straight into the race on the grid.
In Formula 1 as 11 teams line up on the grid. And as the cameras turn to the Williams driver, you have to wonder what they can manage here.
I don't think there'll be many expecting them to mount a challenge from P19, but I wouldn't discount their chances.
So let's see what today has in store, shall we? This is it! 22 cars on the grid. And it's lights out, and away we go!
And away we go, we do. And it's our first ever F1 race, P18 and P15 now, as Zane Maloney already makes an overtake possibly on Pierre Gasly. He's on the outside, or he's on the inside even, of the corner as we practically come to a standstill going through turn 1, the very tight turn 1. And it's Gasly actually who's overtaking Bottas now. And Zane Maloney is fine in P16. Albon's made an overtake though. He's up into P17 and a great start for our team. Going down in towards turn 3 though, and we can see Gasly ahead, and we're making the move on lap 2 down the inside going on to lap 3. DRS is going to be enabled now. That was actually on the end of the last lap and going into lap 2. So lap 5 though now, and we're going to overtake Gasly once more. He overtook us already, and we're going to do it again. Maloney down the inside, he does it, and now Albon possibly could go for the overtake as well. We got a 2.6 second gap though, and there is the overtake from Alex Albon. He's made a move on Nico Hülkenberg to get up into the attacking position to overtake Gasly as we watch the overtake as well from on board. Okay, we can also see the overtake possibly. Oh no, it's cut away of Zane Maloney, but we have made the overtake then on the kick Sauber of Valtteri Bottas and on lap 8, and Albon overtakes Bottas, and now, oh my god, there's a lunge. Lap 12, and there's Nico Hülkenberg. He's made a massive lunge down the inside of Zane Maloney, as Albon we've let go through, and he's up into P14, and Maloney's down in P16 now. And now, skipping through time, Maloney's going to lose DRS, but we have caught up to Kevin Magnussen, and there's a mechanical fault there at the top, and we're going to see what happens here in the replay. Nothing, he just says add deployment. Wow. So there's a mechanical fault there for Esteban Ocon. Perez in the pits though, he's the first one to come in for a change of tyres. We do not overtake him, but Magnussen is just ahead now, and here's a lockup for Lance Stroll then coming into the second sector, and he just forgets to turn and he can just go straight on, ruining that pair of tyres. But we are now actually, you can see our pit stop work has actually worked, and we had a 2.5 second pit stop time, which is one of the best so far. Cooling the engines down though, that has been a real problem in this race, as we come in for the second stop as it's Zane Maloney's turn to change onto the medium tyres. It's a 2.9 second stop. We had to wait for the Kevin Magnussen to go through, I think, and it's down the inside. It is on Juan Manuel Correa for Zane Maloney. Of course, we took Albon, so he has taken over at Williams, and he's now gotten, oh no, it's his teammate Logan Sargent who's got into a crash, going down the inside of Kevin Magnussen, and that's good for us because he was in between us, both our cars. So that's probably a free position then for Zane Maloney when Kevin Magnussen comes in again, as he'll probably change his front wing or just be slower. Sargent does come into the pits then after that crash, and we've got Albon in P14, Hülkenberg ahead of him in P13, the gap is 2 seconds. Maloney chasing down Kevin Magnussen, he has pit and he has changed the front wing then in the end, and it's now 13 and 14 for our cars. Kevin Magnussen is now locked up, so that is big for us because we're only 4 seconds behind him, and now Magnussen has locked up and lost more time and probably more tyre life as well by doing that. We still have to pit though as well for the soft tyres, and we've got Hülkenberg all over the back of Zane Maloney. We're going to see if we can hold him up though for Albon, and it's a 2.6 second pit stop. That's not amazing, but Zane Maloney, he's also coming into the pits now for these soft compounder tyres as Albon continues on. He's in P14 and clean air, and that's interesting. The tyre was above the wheel brow, but Maloney, he's come out in P17 and he's making a move on Pierre Gasly and up into P16 here, so now we can chase down Logan Sargent. But here's Albon, he's making the move on Hülkenberg, and he has made that move on the softer compounder tyres, and that was a good move going through the sweeping medium speed corners. Going towards the final lap though, and we're going to cross the line in P13 with Albon. What a start to our team. And it's going to be Zayn Maloney who's finishing in 16th place.
Tough weekend,
starting
tough race, but good job, mate.
where he finished, well, finished where he's starting then, and it's a beautiful race in the end. Not points, but a very strong result, showing us where we are overall for our team.
As always, there will be lots to talk about after that race, including the performance from the driver currently on our screens.
And for them, it's P16 and no points from today's race.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That gives them their first win of the season, and it was really well deserved.
And we've certainly kicked things off in style, here at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
They didn't do too badly today, a pretty respectable outcome as far as they'll be concerned, but they need to keep pushing. They can't afford to sit back.
And that is about that for this weekend's action here in Bahrain.
In the next round, we head to the shores of the Red Sea as Formula One returns to Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
A very strong result then for Hazard Racing as Max Verstappen wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Carlos Sainz making 2 places to finish in P2, and it's a Ferrari 2-3. McLarens are down in P5 and P6. Sergio Perez unrealistically finishing P4. Yuki Tsunoda making the points for RB. Looking at the constructors overall then, we are P7, the highest yet not to yet score though. And looking at the pit stops, we are 4 and 6. So that extra work we did though has seemed to have paid off for us, and we are 2nd overall. Of course, bonus money at the end of the season for that, and 1 million for completing our driver performance goals. So that is very, very nice. We can use that to develop the car later. Upgrade completed though on the helipad. It's now level 2, and Zayn Maloney's now gone up to a 76 overall. So that is very good to see after one race here in Formula 1. And if you have enjoyed the video and you want to see more F1 Manager 24, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.